Singapore, a land with great balance between buildings and lush green spaces. On this tiny island, there are more than 350 nature parks and 4 nature reserves. In today's adventure, we start in a park on the western side of the Central Catchment Nature Reserve. Let's go to Chestnut Nature Park.
I don't know which way to go. I came from here. This is another trail behind me, and this is also another trail behind me.
My plan was to hike from Chestnut Park back to my house. And I use the word plan loosely because this was a spur of the moment decision.
So how this all came about is I woke up this morning, the sky was just so blue. It was blue to the point where I felt inspired to just drop everything and go out into nature, and that's exactly where I am.
Just around the corner was the Chestnut Park Observation Tower.
Right fam, you just make it to the observation tower. Now I'm about to head up. Quite a few stairs. As you know, Singapore is a relatively flat country, so anytime you get a lookout point, you gotta take the opportunity to go up, right?
I tried to find the official height of this tower online, but that was unsuccessful. So in my estimation, it could be about 20 to 30 meters tall.
Whoa, now we're starting to see some views.
It puts you up above the canopies, way above the treetops, and it gives you a clear, unobstructed 360 views of Singapore.
So I didn't spend too much time on the top because there's no shelter, no shade above, so it's really hot. Just need to do more of this kind of stuff because there is literally a lot of stuff you can do in nature. There's so many nature trails and parks that you can go to. You know, the thing about coming out in nature with a camera, or just leaving the house with a camera, for me is it's hard sometimes to find the balance between enjoying and being present and getting the shots that you want, you know? So I need to sometimes tell myself, Kamar, leave the camera alone and just enjoy it. It's a ongoing struggle, a constant struggle. And if you shoot videos as well, what the heck? You don't want to go there.
In Chestnut Park, there are 2 separate trails. There's one for bikers and the other for hikers. And signs are everywhere to help avoid mishaps.
I would just stop for a moment and just listen. Man, it's so peaceful.
It was mostly just me and the sounds of the forest. It was super peaceful. But every few minutes, the loud roar like military helicopters would kill the vibe.
For the last 20 minutes, it's just been nothing but the sound of helicopters flying by. Literally feel like I'm getting lost in the jungle. Every now and again, you get to these little confusing parts where there's a trail that way. There's also a trail this way, and I don't know which one to pick. I think I'm gonna go on the right side of history.
So as I push forward on the walk, I stumble on a couple fruit trees.
I think it looks like durian.
It looked to me like it was a mini durian or a relative of the durian fruit, or I don't know. If you know what it is, you could tell me below in the comment section, but that's one of the few fruits I found.
So many fruit trees so far. It's a huge ass jackfruit right there. Back down the hill is a ton of rambutans. A ton of rambutans. There's a lot of rambutans back down the hill. What else is there? Oh, I saw cocoa trees as well. And a chicken. Fun fact, I was a Cub Scout when I was in primary school in Barbados, and we went to Grenada in 1997, and I remember going into a cocoa patch and just sitting as part of a guided tour, and we literally ate the cocoa straight from the pod. It was sweet as shit, man. But I digress. These are all cocoa trees behind me, all of them, all of them.
While we're talking about fruits, right, here's something that shocked me a few years ago. Just after I had arrived in Singapore, I can remember somebody was telling me that it's illegal to pick fruits from trees here. Like, you could actually go to jail for this or get fined for this.
Surprise, mother.
And for my Caribbean brain, I just couldn't process it because I come from a place where if mangoes on the tree ripe and ready, people gonna take them. And sometimes they don't even gotta be ready. People gonna lick mangoes off of the trees. But you can't play that game in Singapore.
Alright, so clearly there's the road ahead of me. I still got like such a long fucking way to go. At least another 10 kilometers to go.
Now this was a critical moment in my hike. Quick recap. I started at Chestnut Park, then I crossed into Chestnut Park using this underpass. After that, I hiked through a section of the Northern Loop which led me here.
You are here, Chestnut Avenue. What? Southern Loop?
My next goal was to enter Bukit Timah Nature Reserve so that I could then follow the green corridor all the way home.
The trail that I actually trying to get to it runs parallel to the highway, the BKE or something like that. That's where I'm trying to get to. Hoping this trail leads me there. That's the highway right there. So I'm on the right path. On the right path. Let me go, Kamar.
Yeah, it was the right path. Well, kinda. You see, before 1986, Bukit Timah Nature Reserve and the Central Catchment Nature Reserve, they were both basically the same forest. However, in 1986, that changed when the Bukit Timah Expressway, also known as the BKE, was built. So I assumed that there would be another underpass which would link Chestnut Park and Bukit Timah Nature Reserve. Let me just see how it does all play out.
This would be a completely different experience at nighttime. Hey, we got a bridge coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, the bridge. If that was a lot cleaner, it would be an epic place to have a jungle swing. If the water was cleaner and clearer. I don't know, man. Right now this feels counterintuitive. I feel like I've climbed up for sure, but this trail is leading me back in the same direction I just came from.
Now I'm on the verge of a meltdown, 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 meltdown. Now I'm on the verge of a meltdown, meltdown, meltdown.
Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, my energy levels starting to drop. I also starting to get a little frustrated.
This face right here is the face you make when shit is about to get real. 20 meters away from me was a wild boar.
Oh shit, a wild boar.
And I know that they can be unpredictable.
What do you do when you see wild boars, y'all?
Run. You just run.
Just kidding.
Even though that's probably what you might feel like doing, just like me, it's actually better to stay calm and to move away.
A face off with a wild boar. That is honestly one of my biggest fears.
Wild boars are native to Singapore and they have no natural predators here. In recent years, there's been a loss of habitat and sadly there's been a few human and pig interactions where humans ended up being injured.
That one doesn't seem too interested in me. And I ain't even stopping to see if I get the shot. And just keep it moving. Starting to freak myself out a little bit. Because now I'm hearing sounds in the jungle. I'm like, holy shit, might be a whole family of wild boars coming to eat me.
A family of pigs wasn't coming to devour me. Instead, I was entirely consumed by the peaceful nature that was around me. The sounds of the cicadas, the water that was running. There was no cars, no buildings, just me, nature, and the sweltering heat.
It's a good thing that I actually packed like 2 liters of water just so I could stay hydrated.
Amidst my frustration, I was still happy to be in nature. I mean, I was seeing places that I had never seen before, and actually I found a spot that I want to return to, hopefully to capture it at sunrise.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking.
Oh my god, I come to something finally. What is this? It's so funny.
You know, the best thing you could do sometimes is to laugh at yourself and to embrace your mistakes.
A few hours ago I was literally right here.
I guess by now we all know that there was no other underpass.
So this is exactly where we was, right by the sunbird hut and the mushrooms.
My optimism resulted in me hiking an extra 2-kilometer loop that then just basically brought me right back to Chestnut Avenue.
See you, man, good luck. So here we go. I just checked Google Maps, 2:30 in the afternoon. It's gonna take me like 2.5 hours to reach home.
I mean, it was mentally draining when I realized that I had already walked 4 kilometers through the jungle, but in reality I was only 1 kilometer from where I had originally started.
Alright, we're making good progress. We head into Bukit Timah Nature Reserve now. Just came off of Pitier Road or something like that. And I've never been to this spot before actually. So it's nice to see somewhere new. Was hoping to do a little swing, but that seat too hot.
Now my hike took me along a park connector that runs through the dairy farm area. And I don't mean to milk this situation, but in the 1930s, there used to be a dairy farm around here.
So the next landmark from here is the Hillview MRT station, which is 950 meters, just short of a kilometer from here. Whew. Let's get it. All right, so we made it to Hillview, and it's pretty tempting not to jump on the MRT right now, but
Finally, I was seeing familiar places.
woohoo! Starting to see some places that look familiar. Still pretty far from home. I actually come up here for the first time a few weeks ago with some friends and had some friggin' amazing Prata art. Is it called Mr. Prata?
Nope.
Prata Boys?
Nope.
Or yeah, it's in our mall called the Rail Mall. But as much as I would like to stop for Prata right now, I'm on a mission. Gonna eat when I get home. Still got like another liter of water left. This tunnel is a part of the old railway. There's a train that took you from one point in Singapore over to the border in Malaysia. And that green corridor, you actually need to walk on it to get home, but this is one of the actual remnants of it which is being restored.
Back when I saw the Prata spot, I should have taken the overpass to enter the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve, but I didn't. See, I totally forgot that I had an appointment at 7 p.m. and it was already 4 p.m. and I was about 1 hour walk away from home. So I decided to stay on the roadside, and with just 5 kilometers left, I had to call it quits and take a bus home. Though I didn't get to hike the entire way, it still felt good to get outdoors, to get lost in nature and just inhale some clean, fresh air.
Oh shit, almost lost my ankle.
While editing this video, I learned some things about Singapore. I learned about the nature here, and I'm grateful that I could share this experience with you. So fam, get outdoors, go for a long walk in nature, take some time to connect with the beauty that surrounds you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Peace and love. See you in the next video.